Hey, what's today? Well, let's try to figure that out together. What day is it? Do you know? Who asked that question? Piglet said, "It's today." Pooh says, "Oh, it's my favorite day." I hope it's your favorite day. Of course, I hope tomorrow is as well, because whatever day it is, it's the only day you're living in. It's your day. It's today. Well, it's May 5th where I'm sitting, and the time I'm sitting, by the time you read this, it may be another day, another month, another year, another decade. But on May 5th, 553 Adoramus Dei, the Common Era, the Second Council of Constantinople convened. There were 7 councils of its sort. And this one was set up as an ecumenical council to deal with theological, specifically Christological issues that were facing the church. And the results of that council are still influential this very day. In 1215 of the Common Era, the rebel barons in England renounced their allegiance to King John, who was the King of England. And it was part of a long chain of events which eventually led to the signing of the Magna Carta. This was the first step towards some very major reforms in England. Does it matter? Well, this sort of philosophy and law is still foundational to where we are today, not only in England, but here in the United States. 1260, not much longer, but a world away in that day, Kublai Khan became the ruler of the Mongol Empire. The Mongol Empire was the largest contiguous empire in all of history. It originated in what is today, present day, Mongolia in Asia. And this medieval empire, at its very height, stretched from Japan to Europe, up into Siberia, south into India. Kublai's seizure of power pushed the Mongol Empire into a new direction. He was a man of his times and ahead of his times in science, in literature, in government. Read about him. The life of Kublai Khan, the significant life of Kublai Khan, is worth your study. Now, we know that in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, but did you know that on May 5th, 1494, in his second voyage to the New World, Christopher Columbus sighted Jamaica, man, and landed at Discovery Bay and declared, because he thought he could, Jamaica to be the property of the Spanish crown. Well, in 1804, Mary Keys became the first woman awarded a United States patent. She was awarded this for a technique of weaving straw with silk and thread. Way to go, Mary. In 1821, Napoleon died. The Emperor Napoleon died while in exile on the island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic Ocean. It's Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May. Do you know what that means? Well, on this day in 1862, troops led by Ignacio Zaragoza halted a French invasion in the Battle of Pueblo in Mexico. And because of that event in the history of Mexico, which is a minor holiday there, we all get tacos in the United States as we celebrate the Spanish heritage or the Mexican, specifically, heritage among us. In 1877, during the American Indian Wars, Sitting Bull led a band of Lakota into Canada to escape harassment by the United States Army, which was led by Colonel Nelson Miles. 1886, workers marching for an 8-hour day, imagine that, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, were shot at by the Wisconsin National Guard in what became known as the Bayview Massacre. Read about it. 1891, the Music Hall in New York City had its grand opening, and it was the first public performance there. And the guest conductor was Tchaikovsky. Pardon me. It later became known as Carnegie Hall. Should I edit out that cough? Well, could we edit out some of those items in history? I don't think so. We just have to live with the history we have. But in 1904, this is a good thing. Pitching against the Philadelphia Athletics at the Huntington Avenue grounds, Cy Young of the Boston Americans threw the very first perfect game in the modern era of baseball. And thus we have today the Cy Young Award, 1812. The first issue of the Bolshevik newspaper Pravda was published. In 1936, Italian troops occupy Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and exactly to the day, 5 years later, in 1941, Emperor Haile Selassie returned to Addis Ababa, and the country commemorated the date and still does as Liberation Day or Patriots' Victory Day. You move into my lifetime in 1961, Project Mercury, Alan Shepard becomes the first American to travel into outer space on a suborbital flight. And this is the birthday of one of my favorite philosophers, preacher, teacher, philosopher, born 1813, Soren Kierkegaard, Danish philosopher, author, died 1855, and 1818 of Karl Marx. If you will excuse the term spiritual, the spiritual father of communism, sociologist, philosopher, and journalist. I wonder if he had any idea what he had unleashed. And born this day in 1864, Nellie Bly, not her real name, American journalist and author who made it around the world in record time. I hope this is your favorite day, and I hope tomorrow is your favorite day, but this is the only day you get today, and it will not be repeated. So the bottom line of today is it's whatever you make it. And what you make it is what you decide to make it. So make it a great day.